You're battling your dark side. You're battling an injustice. Something happened to you and you're angry about it. It bothers you. You just want justice to be served. You want to know when when is it going to balance out? When am I going to see the results of why does this happen to me? Why does it happen this way? When am I going to be able to feel aligned and at peace? Why does it seem like every situation I walk into is some sort of toxic drama and it brings out the darkness in me? Why does my darkness seem to take over? Why can't I be the light? Why is this girl winning? Whether you're male or female, why is the dark side of me taking over and not allowing me to shine? I've done the shadow work. I've been working on my energy. I see the light. I know it's there. I recognize that there is a rainbow, and I have the ability to be something greater than the stories that or the statistics. My childhood does not define me. My past does not define me. I recognize that I can overcome, and I see the light. That the light's there, but it's like it keeps getting further and further. The universe keeps saying, here you go, and then you run to it, and it's like, oh, you still got more to go, and you're like, what the hell? Like, what is this battle? What more do I need to cut out? What is the bullshit that's holding me back? I feel like I'm there, but not quite. You're not quite there. Even though it seems like you've done a lot of work, you've been building this web and someone keeps knocking it down. And then you build a web and someone knocks it down. And you keep going through this process. You're being lied to. You've been lied to. Like a web of lies. And you're trying to radiate. You're trying to move past this. You're trying to not let the negativity hold you back. You're trying to vibrate at a high level where you don't have to deal with the drama anymore. You're over it. You're ready for justice to be served. You see that there's an injustice. You see you haven't been treated fairly, or you haven't been treating yourself fairly, and you deserve more. So you're trying to you're trying to move towards an energy and create a foundation. You're trying to build a house. You're trying to start from scratch. And it's been difficult. It's hard to do because it's like your shadow side is lurking. It's there. It's there whispering in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, or you're not going to do what you're seeking to do, that you are going to fail. It's there whispering to you that it's stronger than you and you don't have the strength to persevere. It's telling you that it's also it's eating at your insecurities. It's focusing, and it's almost like you're hyper focused on what makes you feel insecure. So it's like you're having a hard time battling yourself. A lot of the times we perceive the battle as external when really it's within. The battle is ourself. And you're really having a hard time seeing that. It stems from childhood. It stems from your root system. Your foundation is as strong as a spider web, which doesn't necessarily mean that the spider web is weak, because obviously it is weak. You could go knock it over, right? But the perseverance, if you think of like Charlotte's Web, right? She always had a creative saying to put in the web, but also like a spider can say, okay, if they're going to keep knocking my web down here, I can go put it here instead. Spiders are actually quite smart, quite useful, and they think through where will they catch the most prey, right? They'll go in a corner somewhere, or they'll go higher. So it's like, how can you go higher? How can you rise above your limiting belief? What if where you see yourself is not as far as you actually can go? So your spirit, your higher self is like, yeah, you see it this way. You know, you see yourself persevering and accomplishing this, but I see greater for you. I get that you want that, but this is better. Just be patient. Just work with me here. Keep building that spider web. Every time I knock it down, build another one. Let me show you your greatness. Let me show you that rainbow within that you can't quite see yet. It's trying to bring you down to earth. It's trying to give you a practical plan so you can find footing. You really are starting something. This is the creation of something. You're creating something, and you're trying to cut out the shit that's holding you back, pretty much. Your next move here, how to get the hell out of that energy that, like you want to fight it. It's really bothering you. It's really, really bothering you. It's deep within, and it's really trying to, you're trying to get it out. And here, you got the Queen of Swords next. So what I see here is it's really recognizing the wisdom that you have acquired. What have you learned? I see this as your past self. It could be your past self for, like, let's say the last year, the last 5 years, or the last 20 years, however you perceive your past self. And then I see this as your future, your next step. This could be the next year, the next 5 years, the next 20 years. And what's happening is, like, okay, I took this sword, right? I wielded my sword. I found balance. Because once you balance out those energies we just discussed, it's like you now are on top. Remember, you rose above this darker self that tried to overpower you. You recognize your limiting beliefs and that which held you back. And now you're smiling. Now you're perceiving the balance, the future you're creating, and you have this wisdom now. You're now thinking logically and clearly of what you did cut out, because this is your future. This is your next step. This is tomorrow, next year, next 5. You cut that shit out. You see how she's got her sword to her side now? It's like you found that balance and you cut it out. And now you have this wisdom and this knowledge that there's something in you even more powerful than you knew. Something was really deep inside, hiding behind that darkness, that limiting belief telling you that you aren't good enough. It's like your spirit wanted you to go through so much darkness to let you know that the deeper it took you into the dark, once you came back to the surface, it's like the shark fin on the surface, you know? Once the shark came up to the surface, all that it discovered deep within is now you're able to show. You're able to bring it forth with wisdom, with knowledge, and with power. Because the shark's a terrifying creature. It's one of the scariest things in the world to me. And the power that you have, the wisdom and the knowledge that you're bringing forward is what you've been seeking. It's like you didn't know that the passion that you had was this. It's almost like you perceived, let's say, a reality where you wanted to, I don't know, something lesser. Like, let's say you wanted to take 10 hours a week off of your work career so that you had time to go fishing, follow your passion, whatever, you know, spend more time with your children or whatever. But your spirit's like, yeah, I think that you can do better. I think that instead of that extra 10 hours, I could get you to quit your job and go start this new career that will be even better than that idea that you had. Because somewhere deep within you, you have this love and passion for something, and I think you've forgotten about it. I feel like, oh, there's 5. So I noticed 5, 5. So we got 5, 5. 5 is all about change. So it's like turning the page to your story here and going so deep within yourself that you're like, man, I did forget about that passion that I had. I forgot that I loved doing this thing. It's in your hands though. Like you're holding this passion, and it's going to take deep contemplation, like logical processing, like, but wisdom that you've acquired. There's something you've been through, everything you've been through, all this bullshit actually, this darkness and all this negativity is somehow creating a web strong enough and in just the right position that no one's going to knock it down. No one's even going to, they're going to notice it because it's like Charlotte's Web, and you're putting up a beautiful message, right? How she kind of thought that through every time, and then she wove it for the next day. It's like everything you've been through is to get you to the next place, towards a better passion that you even envisioned for yourself, because you just forgot. You forgot about it. And this change takes you into the stability. It's like the plan that you had wasn't the stable foundation you needed. It has something to do with the choices. It's like taking a risk. Like, what risk aren't you willing to take? What are you not willing to cut out? There's something you're holding on to. You need to let it go. Like, if you want what you see, like, it's like you envision something. You're like, okay, in 5 years, in 10 years, I'm going to have this. Let's say you're like, yeah, let's go with 10 years. Because that's ridiculous. Nobody knows what the hell they're going to be doing in 10 years. And if you do, that's a lot of time that you're wasting. Because 10 years is like a quadrillion moments where you could change and go many directions. So to plan 10 solid years is to say that you know every moment that's going to happen from here to 10 years, which is ridiculous. So what I'm seeing is your higher self is saying, don't plan so much. You can't plan the next 10 years. It doesn't work that way. Trust me on this. Not me, your spirit. Because I keep knocking down your web. Because you keep planning for this web, a spider web, to last 10 years. It's not going to happen. I'm trying to show you that. I'm trying to show you that you can't hold on to this any longer. And the longer that you hold on, the more... I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I can see what it's doing. I'm watching it like a movie. Your higher self's like, I'm going to keep putting these obstacles and roadblocks, and it's like traffic, right? You know how they're redoing the roads and stuff. It's like you love taking this easy, straight route to work, but it's like, nope, I'm going to completely cut this path. I'm going to do construction here for the next 3 years and make you take all these detours to work. And every time you don't listen, I'm going to make another detour, just because it's trying to get you to understand that it has a better plan for you. Don't plan so much. Don't be so stuck on that, but be more open to listening to your inner wisdom, your guidance. There's something deep in there that you're not listening. You're not hearing it yet. And once you let that forward, it does create a stability within you. Because a lot of the times we're trying to create stability without us, right? On the outside. It's like we're trying to build a home, a physical home, or we're trying to acquire all this physical foundation, security, a bank account, a savings, a retirement, a 401k, all these things that are not within us. But Spirit's like, no, it's within you. what I'm trying to get you to build, what I'm trying to get you to move towards, what I see for you is a backbone of strength, of this is your chakras, this is your energy centers, because you also got here, this is your chakras as well. And I see that your spirit wants you to recognize the power that's inside of you, creating an internal navigation. You're logically planning things that you shouldn't be, because you need to start from within and build a system to flow without. And it's trying to get you to move into that direction. And it's going to take a while. Sure, 10 years is going to happen regardless if you plan it or not, right? And the thing is, it's so much easier to see hindsight than it is foresight. So planning 10 years is, unless you're like some super duper freaking Yoda meditator that is a freaking monk in the mountains, planning the next 10 years and seeing that far in the future is hard to do. I mean, nobody can really do that. And that's what Spirit's saying. It's like, I'm gonna give you signs along the way. If you can hear me and trust me here, I'm going to give you the signs. Just be open to them. Align yourself to them. Align yourself to that energy. Allow your emotions. So this is like your heart. Yeah. Allow your heart to guide you, because you're almost too physical right now. It's like you're thinking with your mind. You're planning too much with your mind. And we need both for sure, because our heart can take us to places and our mind can take us to places singularly that we shouldn't be sometimes. But yeah, wisdom. It's going to require wisdom, knowledge of what's the details you're missing. There's some details and some because the darkness is within. The internal, the feminine, your feminine side, because there's a lot of feminine energy as well, is trying to intuitively guide you. It's trying to say, hey, go on a night walk here. Instead of taking that same path you always take, over here on this path through the darkness, I got something better for you. If you would just go within, meditate, align yourself, find some balance, I can send you on this. It's like it's going to ignite electricity within you. It's going to, this spark. It's almost like when you're a little kid and you just have this imagination and this energy to, I think how kids are just full of life. It's like trying to send that energy through you. It's trying to awaken you. It's almost like you're just too earthly almost. It's like you're trying to get to the next step. And with the Eight of Pentacles here, this card, it's saying that you're working hard. You have worked hard. I feel like your career, like you're doing well for yourself. You're doing well for yourself in the physical world, but you're trying to be more spiritually connected. You're trying to connect more to your emotions, the moon, your internal self. And how to do this is by releasing, you're controlling. You're trying to control it. Can you control lightning? Think about that. Like, you can't control lightning. You can't control this. It's something, it's an internal navigation. Sharks literally have sensors on their nose. They have built-in GPS systems. And I don't know if it's all sharks or just great whites, but I know sharks have millions or billions of little sensors on their nose that tells them what time of year to travel and migrate and to where to give birth and things. And it's like recognizing that the shark through all of the evolution, compared to all the other creatures, has not changed. It has been perfect the entire time. It perfected its evolution a long time ago. So it doesn't have much to evolve, because for its purpose, it is designed beautifully. And its nose, the sensors, the GPS, it's like that's what you're activating within yourself. And your own internal navigation. You're learning that the universe speaks to you, and there's signs and synchronicities everywhere all the time. And the more that you follow it, the more that you are tapped in, and you can smell. You literally can smell where to go. Like, you can sense it. You're like, you wake up in the morning and your sensors tell you where to go. That's what you're activating. So I'm going to read this card here. This is the spiral. And it's another 5. It's a 5-0. But you've got 5, 5, and 5, 0. So that's interesting. So I'm going to read this card. From galaxies in the sky to diminutive shells at the beach, the spiral is found extensively in the natural world. This is the universe trying to speak to you through, this is God's fingerprint. Its shape in the form of a coiled serpent has been used since ancient times as a tool for growth and transformation. The spiral is a guide for entering deep into one's consciousness and the unknown, and then extending far out into the heavens. It is crucial to surrender to this journey until the exhausted paradigm dissolves in the depths of the psyche, and its energy is released to give birth to a new reality. To renew yourself, you must shed your old skin. You have already done this, so do not keep scraping away at the old, but welcome the soft new skin that is starting to grow. Break the habit of working on your faults all the time, and let nature take its course. Know that a new skin feels vulnerable and scary at times. Trust the medicine of the spiral as it guides your journey of renewal. The spiral announces a descent to the depths. What? The spiral announces a descent to the depths and a rebirth. Allow nothing to get in the way of this process. As the time is right and the forces of nature are supporting you in this endeavor, using stones, twigs, or yarn, build a spiral on the ground that is large enough to walk through with at least 3 turns. Enter the spiral slowly. Once in the center, offer to the earth the feelings or situation that you no longer want in your life. As you walk back the way you entered, feel recharged for your new journey. So when you look close enough into reality, into the universe, you can see that this energy, this spiral, is everywhere. Everywhere. And that's what you're being guided to understand, is that you are connected to everything. And offering away the worry and the problem and the planning and the worldly things, you can recognize that everything that you need is already with you. And the universe has to guide you in the way that it does and teach you in the way that it does, which is personal, unique, and individual to everyone. It is your own personal language. You and your spirit, your higher self, have your own understanding of how to communicate. And that's what it's doing. It's connecting you. It's really showing you that within all things, you are connected, and you have the ability to see more for yourself than you currently can see. So look deeper. Find your truth, because it's trying to come out and guide you to a passion that you forgot about. So thank you for watching. I wanted to mention I do have another channel where I don't do tarot, but I practice spirituality pretty much, where I tell you everything I know over there. It's emotional and about trauma, depression, and all the spiritual stuff. So if you want to go check that out, it's in the link down below, Jasmine's Universe, and also subscribe to this channel, all that good stuff. So I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.